Good morning, students. Welcome back to Atmir Green School. I'm Afrin Sayed, your English teacher. Today, today we are going to do your grammar session, and we'll start with what is verb. So, students, you might have often heard about nouns, adjectives, verbs, adverbs, and we have already learned about verbs and adjectives. And today we'll start with verb. What is verb? So let's get an answer to the question. What is verb? A word used to describe an action, state, or occurrence and forming the main part of the predicate of sentence is known as verb. Verb is basically an action word. Verb is action word. Whatever action you carry out, whatever action you carry out, whatever work you carry out, whatever thing you do is known as verb. Okay, now here verb is the shortest sentence contains the shortest contains a verb. Okay, the verb is king in English. One of the most important thing is verb. The short, the very short sentence even contains a verb. You can make a one word sentence with a verb, for example, stop. You cannot make one word sentence with any other type of word. Okay. We stop is stop. To get stop. And that is verb. Verbs are described as action verb. This is partly true. Many verbs give the idea of action, of doing something. Okay. Why is it called as action verb? Because many verbs shows us idea of doing something like run, fight, do, work, all conveys action. Okay. Sitting, drinking, eating, hopping, swimming, playing, drinking, eating, studying, writing, reading, all such words are known as verb. Okay, means any kind of work, any kind of action you do is considered as verb. But some verbs do not give idea of action. They give the idea of existence of state, of being. For example, verbs like be, exist, same, belong, all convey state. A verb always has a subject. Yes, indeed, always has a subject. In the sentence, John speaks English. John is subject and speaks is verb. And speak is an action. Okay. So what is action verb? It is a verb. In simple terms, subject does or is. They describe. Okay. So whatever subject is doing is being described by verb. Whatever subject is doing is being described by verb. A verb always has a subject. In the sentence, John speaks English. So we have already seen that John is a subject. What is he doing? He is speaking. So speak is a verb. It is action or state. Like Ram plays a football. So what does Ram is doing? He plays. The place is a verb. State. Anthony seems kind. So seems is verb. Okay. There is something very special about verbs in English. Most of the words, adjectives, adverbs, prepositions do not change in form. Although noun can have singular and plural form, but almost all verbs change in form. For example, the verb to work has 5 forms. Yes, what does happen? It has different forms. Okay, it has different forms. Verbs have different forms. Like work is a form which can be returned as to work, work, works, worked, or working. So these are different forms which can be returned. And this goes with each and every verb. They have different verbs which can be written in different formats. Of course, this is still very few forms compared to some language which may have 30 or more forms for a single verb. Now, there are broadly two main classification of verb. One is main verb, other is helping or auxiliary verb. One is main verb, other is helping or auxiliary verb. Students, before moving towards classification of verb, I would like to start to show you a video. Along with the video, I'll go on explaining what is verb, what are various classification of verb, and how does it take place in a sentence. Let's start, student. Along with the video, I'll go on explaining. Okay.
Exactly is a verb. Verb is the main part of the sentence.
What is verb? It is a main part of the sentence. Remember, student, verbs are main part of the sentence.
Us two things about the subject. An action or activity performed by the subject or a state of being of the subject.
I have already discussed with you that verb shows two things about the subject. One is action and other is state of being.
In other words, state or situation of the subject. Let me give you some examples of action verbs. What is this boy doing in this image? He is running, right? So, run is an action verb.
Yes,
What is this batsman doing? He is playing. So, play is an action verb.
yes. Run, play, both are action words.
Now, let's look at the state of being type of verbs, or also called as stative verbs. They define the state of subject. This is an image of a boy. We say Ram is a boy. So, is here is a state verb as it defines the state whether he is a boy or girl. In this image, the boy feels very tired. So, feels here is a stative verb as it defines the state of boy. Let's look into some sentence examples of them. First, let's see for action verbs. First, children reads book regularly.
So students, identify what is verb over here. Children reads books regularly. So what is action in this sentence? What is action in this sentence? Reads. Exactly. So read is a action verb. Okay.
Here, what is the action performed by children's? It is reading. So, read is an action verb. Second, Superman is flying in the sky.
Okay. Now identify here. Superman is
is flying in the sky. Here,
Now, look students, Superman is flying in the sky. So what is action in this word? In this sentence? Of course, it is flying. So flying is the action word.
what is the action performed by Superman? It is flying. So, flying is an action verb. Third, I ride bicycle regularly. Here, what is the action that I perform with cycle? It is riding. So, ride is an action verb.
Yes, you can see in all three sentence reads, flying, ride are basically an action performed by a person or persons. Okay, so any action, any type of work which is being carried out is known as verb.
Now, let's look into the state verbs. They define the state or situation of subjects. First, she feels happy today. Here, what is the state of girl? It's feeling happy. So, feels is a state verb.
Yes, feel is a state verb. That what is she feeling? That she is feeling happy today. So feels is a state or a situation of a subject. How does one feels? It how does this, what is subject feeling? The kind of sentiments a subject have. Okay, so feels is a verb.
Second, I am a boy. Here, how we define whether he is a boy or not using am as a state verb.
Yes. Now I am a boy. So how is boy being defined? That he is a boy? It is by using am. So am is a state of being, a state of being a boy. So am is a state verb.
Third, he is a policeman. Here, the state of that person is that
Yes, the state of being policeman is shown by using is. So is a state or a state of a verb. So it is a state verb.
he is a police. So, is used as a state verb here. So, remember, verbs tell about the action or state of subject. Now, verbs are mainly divided into two parts,
Yes.
main verbs
Main verb.
and auxiliary verbs or helping verbs. So, what are main verbs? Main verbs are the words that actually shows the action or activity of subject. They can stand alone without the help of any other verbs.
Yes, main words are words that actually shows the action or activity of subject. They can stand alone. Okay, so basically they can be used alone because they show the activity of the subject. Okay, I hope it is very much clear to you all.
Examples of them are read, sleep, eat, run. All these words can exist independently and provide complete meaning to the sentence.
Yes, look
Provide
students, read, sleep, eat, run can stand alone and show the complete meaning of the sentence. So they are main verb.
complete meaning to the sentence. Let me give you some sentence examples of them. Sun shines. Here, what is the activity of sun? It is shining. So, shines is a main verb here. Bus stops. Here, what is the action bus performs? It is to stop. So, stops is a main verb here. car runs. Here, what is the activity or action performed by the car? It is running. So, run is a main verb here.
Yes, look
So,
students. Here sun shines, bus stops, car runs. So shines, stops, runs, all three are action words. And you can see that they are standing alone with the subject and the sentence is meaningful. You can easily understand it. So it is a action word that is a part of main verb. Main verb.
run is a main verb here. Now, let's look into auxiliary verbs or helping verbs. They give more meaning to the main verb. They cannot stand alone, which means they require main verb for their existence. Examples of them are is, has, do, did. These are referred to as main helping verbs and will, shall, may, can, could, might, must. These are called modal auxiliary verbs.
Look students. Now other is helping verb or say auxiliary verb. Okay. Now here they cannot stand alone. They cannot stand alone. Like is, has, do, did are main and modal auxiliary are will, shall, may, can, could, might, must. Okay. They basically help the sentence to get complete. Okay. They basically help the sentence to get complete or to make it meaningful. Therefore, they are known as helping verb or a auxiliary verb.
Let me give you sentence examples to make you clear about them. For the first example, we are using helping verb may. Look at this sentence, bus may. Can you understand what this sentence is saying about bus? Bus may what?
Yes, students,
Now
look, we
look
can see that may. Here the sentence is used may. So, but we are not able to identify that what does it mean when it is only written bus may. Okay, it is not a meaningful or a correct sentence. It needs something to complete.
at the complete sentence. Bus may stop. Here we are telling that bus may stop. That is, we are not sure whether it will stop or not.
Yes, bus may stop. So here we are telling that bus may stop where we are not sure about the stop of bus. So we are saying that bus may stop. So here your main verb is stop and your helping verb is may.
But it is giving complete meaning to the sentence. So, helping verb is may here and main verb is stop. Let's look into the second example. Will. Now look at this sentence. Sita will. Does this statement convey any meaning about the subject Sita? No, it doesn't. Now look at the complete sentence. Sita will come. Here we
Now here the look students identify the main verb is come. Come is an action. But Sita come. It does not make the meaningful sentence. But when it is said that Sita will come, it makes a meaningful sentence. So will is an auxiliary or a helping verb, whereas come is a main verb.
have used come, which is the main verb, with will as a helping verb. Now Now look at this sentence. They must. Here, the verb must is of no meaning to the sentence if it is not followed by any main verb. Now look at this sentence. They must eat. Now we have a meaningful sentence conveying that they must eat the.
And here also, it is a main verb. Okay. And helping verb is must. Okay. I hope you would have understood. But let's make it more clear, students. Because verbs are one of the most important part uh, of all other parts of speech. We'll revise the verbs again. Okay. Of course, verb is a long topic, so we'll even continue in the next lecture with the verbs. But today, let's revise it again with what are verbs.
A complete sentence is made up of a subject and a predicate. The main word in a predicate is a verb. Verbs perform different functions. Some verbs show the action of the subject. Some verbs link the subject to the
Yes.
noun.
What is it? We have already studied that some verb shows the action of the subject, whereas some verb links the subject to the noun, adjective in the predicate.
Or adjective in the predicate. Some verbs also work as helping verbs with main verbs. Action words or action verbs tell what the subject of a sentence does. The action can be physical or mental, that is, an action verb can tell us about an action that can be seen. For example, cry, slap, or cannot be seen.
Yes, we have already seen that playing and fills. So we can see the person playing, that is physical action. But when it is said that a person feels happy, then here feels is a state of being. So feel is something which cannot be seen, but still it is an action.
For example, forget, think. Linking verbs, also called being verbs, do not show action. Instead, they link or join the subject to a word or words in the predicate. Linking verbs tell us what the subject is or is like. For example, she is a girl. She seems happy. Common linking verbs are the forms of the infinite verb to be and to have. The forms of the infinite verb.
Linking verbs are basically your helping verbs. Like we have already learned, helping verbs are is, am, are, was, were, shall, be, being, been, has, have. All these are helping verbs.
And had. Other linking verbs had.
Watch it carefully, students. Is, am, are, was, were, shall be, being, been, has, have, had. All these are helping verbs, auxiliary verbs, or linking verbs. Look, students, whatever the words are like, whether it is linking, whether it is helping, whether it is auxiliary, they all mean the same. Linking, auxiliary, and help are one and the same thing.
Other linking verbs are as follows. They look like action verbs but are mostly used as linking verbs.
Yes, linking verbs are, yes, helping verb or a auxiliary verb. So there are some verbs which looks like action verbs, but they are basically helping verbs, like look, seem, fill, taste, appear, become, grow, prove, turn, etc.
To check the function of such a verb in a sentence, interchange it with any to be verb. If the meaning stays the same, then it is a linking verb. For example, the perfume smelled divine. The perfume was divine. Linking verb.
Look, students, the perfume smelled divine. Now here, smelled is a verb. Okay. Now the perfume was divine. Now here the meaning of the sentence changes. That perfume smelled divine and the perfume was divine. Okay.
Linking verbs or being verbs function as helping verbs in some sentences. For example, Ram is writing a letter.
So our main verb is writing and is a helping verb or a linking verb.
Verbs that are called modal verbs also function as helping verbs. They are as follows.
Yes, verbs which are also known as modal verbs are also function as helping verb like can, may, will, shall, could, might, would, should. All these are modal verbs which also function as helping verb.
The following are known as common helping verbs.
Yes, look at the students list of those helping verbs. Is, shall be, has, did, may, am, will be, have, can, might, are, be, had, could, ought to, was, being, do, will, shall, were, been, does, would, should. All these are helping verbs.
The forms of the to-do verbs do,
Does, doing,
doing, did,
done.
done.
Look, students, I have already discussed with you that there are various forms of verb, and you can see here there are forms like do, does, doing, did, done. These are various forms of the single verb that is do.
Function as main verbs or helping verbs mostly in questions and negative sentences. A helping verb comes before the main verb.
Yes, remember, student, a helping verb always comes before the main verb.
A verb phrase may consist.
Okay, so students, this was what we studied whatever revision we had was something which we have studied in today's lecture. We'll study more about verbs, what are verbs and how do they function. All this we are done with what are verbs. Now you understood. Now you can easily understand that if there is some kind of action in the sentence, then it is verb. Now, if someone asks what is verb, students, what you are going to answer? Verbs are action words. Any kind of action done or carried out is known as verb. Okay, now we'll study verbs even more in detail in next class. I hope you would have understood it well. Okay, students, in your grammar composition book, you have to you just go through the definitions and everything. In your grammar composition books, verbs are being given, and what you have to do is today just go through the definition and various example which are given in your grammar composition book. So whatever introduction is being given in your textbook, I have already discussed, and other parts I'll be discussing in the next video. So for now, what you have to do is just go through the introductionary part, and tomorrow I'll give you in more detail. Okay. And yes, after watching the video, in comment section, please feel your present or absent, because your attendance are being taken and you're present and absent. So what you have to do, go in comment section, write present, ma'am. Okay. Your attendance are being taken, students. Please, in comment section, after watching the video, do not forget to fill the attendance. Okay. Thank you so much, students. Have a good day. Stay safe and happy.